Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here coming to you, Robert Anton NYC. I had to get on here right now because I remember how it used to be when I was a regular YouTuber. I get an idea and I'd go ahead and do it. I'll go back later on and edit it and post it up. So I'm going to do that right now. And I am so excited to bring this to you because I have started the next chapter of my life. I am now a published writer. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, and I wanted to tell you how you can become a published writer. I'm going to try to give you 4 or 5 ways to become a published writer. So for those of you who've been watching me for a long time, I don't know when I started this writing thing. I've always done it as a kid, wrote in a journal, and I write songs and stuff like that. And I'm pretty much look at myself as a storyteller. I like to tell stories in the songs that I write, whether it be about going out to the club dancing or falling in love or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell a story. So I started taking a creative writing class because I was working on a how-to book, which is still in the works, but I wanted to work on my writing skill. And so what I did is I started creative writing class. So that's the first thing that I should say. Start a creative writing course if you can. And right now is the perfect time to do it because you can do it on Zoom, and there are so many classes that you have to pay for that right now they're doing on Zoom and they are free. So you can sit in this class, but you got your teacher, you've got other students in the class, so you actually learn from them, they learn from you, you learn from the teacher. Everybody teaches you something, from listening to other people write and their fears and frustrations to voicing yours and getting feedback on them. That's one way to become a published writer. So my first piece was published because I've been in this class for maybe 3 years. And my mentor, the teacher of the class, asked all of us in the class to submit a piece to a publication that he is a regular contributor to. And he was going to try to get them published if they were good. We all got notes on them and blah and the other and changed things, and then we sent them to him. Sure enough, 3 of us got published. Also through this class, I have met other writers, I've met editors, I've met publishers who have come to speak to the class on what they do and what they offer and stuff like that. Number 2, I did some of this in number 1, which was know somebody and use your contacts. So you actually have to reach out to these people that you met. It's like in any other thing. If you meet somebody who likes what you do, or somebody can do something for you and you can do something for them, then you should contact them. So if they have a publication, they are looking for writers. Don't worry about it. They're looking for good pieces. If you are a writer, you should be submitting to them and saying, oh, if you do this type of thing, I'm writing such and such and such, and submitting it to them and saying, can you work on this? Can you help me get it to the point where it can be published? And they sometimes, if they like it, they are willing to do that. Go to readings, network, because when you get your stuff out there, people who like it will remember you, and when they see something that's going on, they'll be like, this is great for you. Over the last month or 2, I have been researching places where I can submit my material, but as I have been going through them, I have seen things that are perfect for people in my workshop, and I have forwarded that information on to them to let them know, oh, this is perfect for what you do. I don't really do sci-fi, so that's one of the things that I have sent on to someone who does great, just crazy imaginative stuff, and I have forwarded those things onto him. Hopefully, again, when he sees things that I do that he says, this sounds like so-and-so's kind of stuff, then he will also return the favor. In this way, over a period of time, hopefully you get a whole network of a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen people who are forwarding stuff to each other, helping each other out. You all are getting your stuff published. Number 3, I also talked about this just a little bit. I have been researching sites. I do not know exactly what my genre is because I'm working in several different genres. I went to the class because I was writing how-to nonfiction, but the teacher mostly works in fiction. So in class, we're mostly writing fiction, and I have gotten into doing a little bit of that. He thinks I'm good at it. I don't know. But either way, I have learned from everyone in the class. One person does essay, one person does science fiction, another person does very intellectual, literary. People do different types of things, and I have taken the best of everything to try to add to what I do and put into my little toolbox. If you are a writer, or if you are learning to be a writer, what you want to do, what I think you want to do, is you have your creativity. Hopefully you have the talent already and you have creativity. What you're looking for is to have the tools in your toolbox to do this, to do this, to do this, so that when you get an idea, you can go ahead and execute it on through to the end and just put it out there. So when you are researching these outlets, you kind of know that you do this, it's close to this, it's not quite that, but it is that. So you can kind of weed out certain things. And I'm a Virgo, so I make lists on my computer, I make lists on my phone, I make lists everywhere. So when I read something that sounds like something I want to do, I immediately make a list and say, okay, this is a place. I have 6 pieces submitted at the moment, but I also have a list of maybe half a dozen to a dozen places where I know I do want to submit eventually when I have a piece that is perfect for that place. And I will be doing that naturally, but you want to be able to think about those things in your research and say, oh, I do a little bit of this, I kind of do that, I want to do that. Let me tell a short story real quick. We were doing an exercise in class, so something that I maybe normally would not write. But because the piece came out so well, I got great notes on it. I was told the things that maybe I might want to change, things I might want to think about. You know, don't tell you have to do this, that, and the other because it's your creativity. But they give you advice, and I would like to see that. And maybe if you delved into this, or maybe if you know, so they give you little clues and hints of ways that you can push your story forward and make it better. So I was going through researching things, and I saw something that was perfect for this piece. And it's not really me because actually it's a site for survivors. And I'm going to put some links down in the description box of some of the pieces that have been published. But it's a magazine for survivors of sexual assault. And it wasn't, again, something that I would normally do, but because it was an exercise in class, I did it. It resonated. And when I saw it, I immediately thought this would be perfect. So I went back, I cleaned it up a little bit. I was like, okay, they said I should do this. Okay, maybe I should do that. I don't really want to do this. I like to do that. And I did it. I submitted it. And don't you know, within a week, they had accepted it and it was published a week later. So make sure that when you're in class, you think about those things. You want to try different things and you branch out and you learn as you go along. You may start out thinking you do one thing and you end up doing another. You may do several things because I still plan to finish my how-to book, but I also now have planned 2 or 3 different fiction books or anthologies, or I don't know what you call them, but yeah, so that is always an option. I think this is for another way that you can become published is to self-publish. Now, I guess I kind of have done this because I actually wanted to post one piece that was very timely called I Can't Breathe Either. And I posted on my Singer blog because I have not set up a writer's site. Hopefully soon I will be setting that up. I'm setting up a new site. I got a new site name, or I might have the same name. I reserved 2 things. So I'm going to try to keep robertantonsings.com and make it a multimedia site. And yeah, so you guys will know more about that. Stay tuned. And there are so many services now where you can self-publish. I just signed up for Wattpad, and I have not published anything yet, but I'm planning to move the piece from my Singer blog to Wattpad and possibly publish another piece that is about the riots and things going on right now in Black Lives Matter next week, actually. So these are just a few ways to become a published writer. I am not talking about being an author. I'm talking about publishing short stories, flash fiction, poetry, and things of that nature. But once I'm a published author, then I'll probably post something about how to become a published author. This is Robert Anton here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out my recent videos playlist. I have some new videos that are up this year. I haven't been posting a lot, and I might not be posting a whole lot like I used to, but I will be posting now and then, and I hope that you are following, and I hope that you are well in these tumultuous times. Take care. Peace.